Vlog 92. I'm going to go back to talking about alignment, congruency, obedience to the path that you've chosen. Most people are showing up as a weaker version of themselves. It's an utter disgrace. I'm trying to do this, the language, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, you know, I'm going to stay faithful, I'm going to diet, I'm going to dial my diet in so I'm not an obese fat fuck for 5 days a week, and then 2 days a week I'm just going to exploit and damage and toxify the vessel that God gifted me. Listen, I'm going to ask you guys something just now that I asked the guy in the gym that told me this. He said, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to lose this gut, I diet for 5 days a week and then I just do what I want for 2 days a week. I goes, listen, see, for the 2 days a week, you're married, right? I seen the ring on his finger. He goes, yeah. I goes, you go and bang everything aside, you go and cheat on your wife for 2 days a week? He goes, no, that's ridiculous. I goes, why the fuck do you cheat on your body 2 days a week? Why are you cheating on your health 2 days a week? Why are you being a disgrace to yourself? Why is it okay? Listen, love is a verb. How you treat yourself is your limit and capacity to love other people, to treat other people. And so start talking good about yourself. Start treating yourself good. Yeah, you really look like you're treating yourself good. You just treat yourself into McDonald's. You treat yourself a Chinese takeaway. You treat yourself to a big whopping burger, a big Diet Coke, and a fish supper, fish and chips, right? Greasy. And you wonder why you're fat. You wonder why your body's overly stressed. Obedience to the path. Obedience to the journey that you've chosen. It doesn't mean there's not going to be any temptations. There is going to be temptations. It's lead thyself out of temptation. It's lead thyself into prideful living. It's lead thyself. And that is being proud. That is a movement of pride. When you can lead yourself out of temptation. Boy, you know, I was really tempted to have myself a pizza. I was really tempted to have myself that big tasty looking milkshake. I was really tempted to have that fucking Black Forest Gateau, the chocolate eclair, but I didn't. Man, I was so tempted to have it, and I led myself away from it. See, that is what defines you. Of course you've got to be tempted, especially because you've allowed it in your life, right? I've allowed it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. You don't know any different. But then when you become the kind of person that just says, this is who I am, then the who you're not is just a natural. It's a given. I don't eat cake. I don't say, oh, I'm a recovery here. For all yous that are in recovery, fuck recovery. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not even sorry. Fuck recovery. Because you recovered. You decided not to do it. You decided. I've spoken to so many people who fucking struggle because they're calling themselves, they're still going to a place where alcoholics meet up anonymously. Hey, my name's Jimmy and I'm an alcoholic. My name's Jimmy and I'm a recovering addict. No. You had just sought out a solution to the problem, which was internal, by external. You validated yourself through something else external and then validated yourself through your actions, and so you became Jimmy the alcoholic. You weren't really an alcoholic. You just sought out a solution to a problem, and the problem was something that you went through in your life, and so you stepped into something else to mask it because you were too scared and fearful to face it and do the real work, the deep work, right? And that's all it takes, is to be like, you just need a new identity, a new blueprint for life. Like, what is the life that I want to build? And that's why I always take it back to that. See, you don't need to label yourself as something else. It means you're going to live around other people's fucking rules and regulations, and basically you're living around about a life that, well, you're going to build out what it means to you. What does it mean to you? No, listen, fuck what that means to you. What do you mean to you? That's more what I'm interested in. It's what is the life that you want, and what meaning do you want to create? How do you want to feel in that life? What experiences do you want to have in that life? You see, when you step into being a man of worth, what does that mean to you? When you step into being a man of pride, What does that mean to you? When you step into being, what, fill in the blank, what does that mean to you? Create yourself into the individual you're going to be proud of. That says no to the things, that deducts everything, that's taking you away from that life, that is no place in that life. You can use your free will to choose what you want. Once you choose what you want, the free part of your will is gone. It belongs to the goal, the desire, the whatever it is. And then all you need to focus on now is being that individual of worth. What is worth? The worth is in the work, and that there suggests that you need to do the work. It's the inner work, the internal work on you. Show up every day, train every day. Go for a walk every day as well. Clean eating every single day. So for me, clean eating, I shouldn't need to say clean eating, because that's just normal eating. You guys have just normalised going out and eating all this junk. You know what I mean? I was at a restaurant and they came round and I was like, listen, I just want a plain steak, some steamed vegetables, and you know, and some potatoes, or you know, give me some fucking rice. And we don't do that. Like, why not? We pride ourselves in flavour. Yeah, I was like, I can see you pride yourself in your fucking waistline, you fat fuck, right? You see, that's what it is. You've all got confused. You've taken it away. You're looking at instant gratification, and fuck instant gratification, right? The instant gratification I want you to have is that I've just fulfilled that moment of pride. I've been prideful in this moment. And so let's help you out. Let's help you out just now to be obedient, to be that individual of worth. That listen, you know what you should be doing. You're just seeking external approval, external validation, and so just step into it. Like that guy I spoke to in the gym earlier on, you don't have to try to stick to something. That's just telling me that he doesn't really want, he doesn't really have a clear vision, he doesn't know what he wants. And so choose that thing that you want. What is it that you truly do want in your life? Right, you've chosen that. Like, I like to talk about prideful living. And so in his case, he wants to lose a bit of weight. He beat himself up a little bit. He's fat fucker, right? And I can see he's got a lot of stress in his life. It's not blubbery fat like Mr. Blobby. It's more distended fat, and so there's a lot of stress in this guy's life. There's a lot of cortisol, and so stress could be dietary, it can be in his relationship, it could be at work, it could be in business, it could be in anything, right? But ultimately the cortisol in his life is, I can quite clearly see, is the stress that he's causing on his body, because stress is stress, all right? Through the food that has no belonging in the body, causes extra stress in the body, cortisol dump, it causes a distension, it causes you not to be able to digest food. And that's also why, you know, the movies of yesterday, I say yesterday because it's not really done, and people say grace at the table, they'd say a prayer at the table. And I went to a friend of mine's house, Dave and Chan, and they would say, they would give thanks to the Lord for the food in front of them, right? And I admired it. I admired that quality, and it was so cool. It reminded me of movies and stuff, because we never done that growing up. We just I would give thanks to my mum and dad, my gran and grandpa who adopted me, because they were the ones who fucking put the food there. And I would eat them, so I was very thankful. You cannot have any disharmony at the table when you're eating. When you're eating, you better be in a good state. You better put yourself in a great, vibrant state before you eat and while you eat, and never say a wrong word or have a wrong thought or be in a heightened state of aggression while you're eating, because it won't get digested. That will ferment in your gut, and that'll create the cortisol there, and that'll create ulcers, and that'll create a whole list of dis-ease, right? Because disease is dis-ease. The body's not at ease, it's out of harmony with the grace of God, right? And so there we are. And so where in your life have you got stresses, needless stresses? Because we need to apply stress to evolve, right? Pressure to evolve, because we've never been that, and so it's going to, pressure creates a diamond, right? And so let's step back to this guy in the gym. How he talks, I'm going to try and do this. Yeah, I'm going to be obedient 5 days a week, and then I'm going to cheat on my diet 2 days a week. That tells me that he's not doing it right. It tells me that as well that he doesn't really know what he's doing. And so that person needs a coach. He needs guidance, right? I've offered them the guidance, but it's, watch your language. Stop the weak language. What is language that, I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? I'm going to help you suggest it for yourself, because really you do know. So what is words that you would say that are strong, that are firm, that are convicted, that is I am that. I am choosing to be more grateful today. I am choosing to be more prideful today. I am choosing to be more today. I am always choosing the bigger, better, brighter and bolder way of living today. The unapologetic way of living today. I'm going to choose to step into seeking my own validation through doing the work. My own approval, unapologetically from the outside in, but from the inside out, because I care truly how I feel. The emotions that I want to feel. How do you want to feel? What is the feeling that you want in the back of the result? Because all results are, we think we're going to feel something after it. Think about it. How long do you feel good once you've achieved that great thing? I can remember achieving things and I've like, every time you mention it, I'll be like, blubbery mess, right? Or it's been, yes, phenomenal. You have that heightened sense. I remember when I first done my first national bodybuilding show, all this pent up to it, 8 hours training a day, like so freaking militantly strict. And I remember I walked into the gym, the guy said, right, now is the time you want to cut out your coffees and juices and stuff like that. And I goes, motherfucker, I've not even had any of that. I started dieting on Christmas Day. Well, everybody was thinking about gluttony and overeating and overextending their gut. I was thinking about, right, this result in the beginning of April, I want to go for. And I know I'm nowhere near it just now. And so I was like, he goes, you've not had it all this time? I goes, no, I've not had it all this time. He goes, man, you must have suffered a ton. I goes, I did. Fucking hell. But I want the result. And so I'm willing to, what you would call, suffer. And sure, but that's just the path. Why is it suffering? Like, that is just the path. The path demands what it demands. And it's not easy, and it's not hard, and it's not suffering, and it's not whatever. It just is, right? It is until the meaning you give it. And so why would you place a meaning on anything that's going to mean there's going to be resistance, or it's going to be tougher than what it actually is? Think about it, right? And so what is the goal? What is the feeling that you truly want to feel? Once you've got the goal, you're going to feel something. You want to feel relieved, you want to feel proud, you want to feel happy, you want to feel content, you want to feel achieved, you want to feel exhilarated. How about you step into that? How would that feel to feel that now? Think about it. How would that feel to feel that now? What would you need to do moment to moment to allow yourself, because it's an allowance, to allow yourself to feel that now? I'm not saying that's going to be your natural state. My natural state to go into is a heightened state, right? I need to train my way out of a heightened state, because my key go-to, I'm like a red, like, for anybody who knows those different things, right? I'm a red, or I'm a wood and fire, right? And so I'm very hot-headed, and so I go to anger in a millisecond, and so I need to manage that state, because I'm very external, right? A lot of people are internal with it, and if I go internal, fuck, that causes a lot of damage. And so it's external, and so that it's instant. It's instant in the moment, right? Fuck, you fucked up there. You need better questions, right? And so what is the feeling that you want to live by every single day? And I know I've gone around in a little bit of a loop here, but that's all it is. It's being obedient to what it is that you want. So again, what is it that you really want? What is the feeling that you think you'll obtain when you achieve that? And that's why I always say prideful living. Above all else, seek to be proud, because when you seek to be proud, that's a moment-to-moment thing. That's a day-to-day thing. That's an hour-to-hour thing. That's a decision-to-decision thing. And so when you decide to be proud with every motion and every movement and every ounce of your cell and every expression expressed, then, boy, that's going to create, and the ripple effect of prideful living is going to have you live and I hate to say the word abundant, but abundant state of grace, of euphoria, of ecstasy, of enthusiastic, right? Who doesn't want to live like that? Who doesn't want to live with love, joy, happiness, full expression of themselves? Because not to be a full expression of yourself is why people are depressed. They're suppressed because they're suppressing their own emotion that they want to feel. They're not being who they truly are. Well, and for a moment there, my phone decided to overheat, so we'll put it back on. And yeah, people are not being a full expression of who they truly are, who they know that they truly are inside. They're crying inside. And that is why people reach for vices, for alcohol, for drugs, cocaine, heroin, freaking cannabis, whatever it is. They're trying to obtain a feeling from something else. You see, that was the goal, that was the object. They want to feel in a certain way. They don't want to feel that way. They want to feel something else. Listen, you're not wrong. You've just chosen the wrong fucking solution to the problem of not. What's the problem? You're not expressing yourself. You're not being a full, authentic version of you. What is that version of you? Step up and step out and be that person. Who do you want to be? We get to create that every single day. Every single moment of every single day, we can reinvent ourselves. We can recreate ourselves. So what is that version? If you were able to recreate and reinvent yourself right now, what is that version? Who is that version? How do they show up? How do they express? And I know I'm yelling just now, but I'm passionate about this because there's so many people fucking suffering needlessly. They don't have the people in their life. They've got people in their life that are allowing them to stay small, that are encouraging them to stay small, that are encouraging them to suppress themselves because they want to feel good about themselves. Fuck them. Fuck them. Care more about you. Fill your cup up. Overflow your cup. Have it so overflowing that you pour that grace into other people, that love into other people, that you pour you show up as you. You see, that's what I'm getting at. It's all about you. It always was about you. You got a bit lost along the way. We all have. I have. I thought everything I needed was out with me. Everything I knew, like just kept on falling away, like letting me down. But I was always looking to the external for seeking to be a part. When I was looking to be a part, I wasn't a part of me. I was coming from a cup that wasn't full, and so I was always burning out. I was always disappointed. I was always disheartened. I thought I needed family out with. I thought I needed to belong out with. No, I just needed to belong to me. I needed to be true to me. You need to be true to you. You need to put down the alcohol. You need to put down the drugs and be true to you. What is the version of you that you want to live with? And I'm not saying you haven't been through some shit. We've all been through some shit. We've all got our own cross to bear. Isn't it about time you stuck that cross down and picked up the version of you that you are proud of, that is going to shine a light on the path for other people so that they too can stop suffering? Because suffering is a choice. Pain is inevitable. Things are going to happen. Life is going to happen, and it is going to happen again. Who are you showing up as? Because when you are that prideful man or woman, whoever's listening, then you're all knowing. You are going to be that individual of worth that's going to rise to the challenge because you've done the work, you've done the real work, you've done the work on you, and you know who you are. You own yourself, you are confident, you are certain, you are convicted, and this is the way, let's go. You will raise other people up naturally when you're being you and you own you. People admire that. People admire that energy. That energy is different because it's you, and that's the whole point. You don't need to be the same as everybody else. You need to be you. Listen, that's been vlog 92. Expect and demand greatness. Expect and demand prideful living from yourself. Demand of yourself the attributes and action steps of the individual that you would be proud of. That if looking in on your own life, that you would aspire, it would aspire you to be more. It would inspire you to actually to rise up. What is the version of you that if you were watching them right now that would inspire you to be more, to have a little hope, to have some belief that it was possible? Be that version for yourself first, because then you're naturally going to, other people are going to follow your lead. Anyway, be great. Let's make it a great day. If it's meant to be, it's up to me, right? So it's up to you. There's a 100% chance of success today. There's a 100% chance of prideful living today because it's up to you. what you're going to choose. Be great.